Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the original Loretta Brown Show radio to open the heart, heal the soul, awaken the consciousness. Mr. Benny Mathers, we have slipped into December.
We have. Are you full, though, from last week?
Oh, man, I am still full. I'm still.
So I kind of went against the traditionals. You're supposed to not have any more of the leftovers. I think as of like last Monday or whatever. I cheated. I had to go to at least yesterday. We had a little bit of leftover, like sweet potatoes, which is my favorite. So
Yeah.
I had to finish it off for the family. I did it for the family.
For the family.
I
Thank
sacrificed for the family. It's so darn good.
Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
That's what I can do. Yeah, thank you for. You're welcome. I appreciate that. See, someone gets it.
I do get it. I do get it. I have to tell you that on Monday, you know, my son came over and he was helping me. I got a new computer, which is, it's another story. You know, it takes a while to get things transferred over. But he came over, and then when he was leaving, he was like, "So, do you have any gravy left over?"
He's like in the background, just like scooping it into like a bag. Zip. All right, just gonna take some for the road.
I've got a little gravy in my pocket. Don't worry about it.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody had a good time. I had a wonderful, just kind of a quiet Thanksgiving with loved ones, which is the best thing to do. And I'm still like, turkey. Yeah.
Have you started decorating yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's kind of like, well, me and my traditions, it usually starts the day after Thanksgiving. I feel. For some, they want to start in September.
Oh, I mean, well, really. Some leave them up all year round. I don't have a tree up yet.
Oh, well,
but I've got some lights, and I've got some greenery and poinsettias and stuff.
Oh, yeah, a must-have at most households and workplaces and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, workplaces for sure. Yeah, we're festive over there, Reiki Oasis. So
I should have like a little streamer thing around me in here. I should put up some lights. I'll see if I can what I can do. I've got some spares at home.
The other thing I did, because, you know, one of the things people come to my office, they're like, "Do you have those like chocolate coconut covered almonds?" And I always do. I do. But I also am putting out peppermint bark and a few things like that.
So you're sweetening the deal.
Yeah. So if people want to stop by, I won't be able to talk to you because I'm always doing sessions. But you know,
but the candy's waiting for you.
Well, the building treats. People in the building sometimes come by and sit in my office and eat snacks and
hang out.
Hang out and enjoy the energy. Sure.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's true. It's good in there. Anyway, I hope everybody's excited about December. I love December. And a big shout out to my beautiful daughter whose birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Love you. Love you to the stars, the moon, the universe, and beyond. You know, that's
and the quasars and
the quasars.
All the fun stuff.
And 3-eye Atlas, I'm sure. Yes, we'll talk about that. Anyway, I am the owner of Reiki Oasis, located here in the greater Seattle area it is 30 years. That
was quite the breath.
You know, I was like, is it 30? Is it 28, 29? Yeah, it's actually 30 years I've been running Reiki Oasis, and best job in the world. Someone asked me one time, they said, "You're not retiring anytime soon." And I go, "What would I do?" I might as well keep going, right? You know, there's no reason to do that. So find out more about me at ReikiOasis.com. I do have some good stuff coming up. I've got Sunday meditation with Loretta this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. If you're feeling stressed or you just want to come and get a nice meditation, it is through Zoom. If you cannot be there at 9 a.m., I send you a recording. So just sign up and we'll take care of the whole thing. And then my end of the year, traditional annual end of the year prayer bundle, a despacho, is a sacred ceremony I do at the end of every year to say goodbye to the energies of the year that's exiting, which would be 2025, and setting the intentions and energies for 2026. I have done this for years. People actually have miraculous stories of things that happen, how their life changes, things that get cleared out. I am doing it in person for only 15 people. The space is small, so you will need to sign up immediately if you're going to come in person. And it will also be aired through Zoom, so you can join me from anywhere. But if you want to find out how to get signed up for that, you just go to ReikiOasis.com and look for the prayer bundle, end of the year prayer bundle, which is also called a despacho. And that's going to be Tuesday, December 30th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then this month, my class for women, the Temple of the Divine Feminine, will be Saturday, December 20. And we are going to be doing some solstice things, even though the solstice is, the next day after that. But please join us. It's a wonderful time. And then, as I said, welcome to the month of December. This month truly feels like the universe is wrapping us in a soft cashmere blanket and whispering, slow down. It's time to come into your heart, especially after the intensity of November. How's everybody doing? The Scorpio new moon, the retrogrades, old relationships resurfacing, memories knocking at the door, people thinking about things they haven't thought about in a long time. And yes, Scorpio brought a little bit of a sting, but now we are in Sagittarius season, and that energy is here to help redirect our lives forward. We began this week with one of the most beautiful spiritual gateways of the entire year, the Antares Stargate portal, which was active December 2nd through today, December 4th. Antares is the great red heart of the Scorpion, one of the 4 royal stars of Persia. And when the sun aligns with it, we receive direct heart medicine from the cosmos. This is forgiveness energy, soul review energy. You may feel memories surfacing, past conversations replaying, or even the urge to reach out to someone from your history, not to reopen wounds, but to finally bring peace. The question this portal asks is powerful. Where can I choose peace over being right? And who or what is ready to be released with grace? The Antares portal peaks today, Thursday, December 4th, with the Gemini super full moon, also known as the cold moon. It is the last super moon of the year. This full moon is extraordinary because it reaches perigee, its closest point to the Earth. At the same time, it becomes full. This means visually, this means the moon will appear up to 14% larger and 30% brighter than a typical full moon. It is the biggest, brightest full moon we'll see until 2043. I think it's 2043, somewhere in the 2040s, due to a rare lunar standstill cycle. So I hope that you get clear skies and you can see it. Right now in Seattle, it's a bit cloudy. We'll see what happens. See, spiritually, this is a once-in-a-lifetime illumination. Gemini rules communication, information, truth, and the stories we tell ourselves. Under this full moon, truth comes to light, personally and collectively. So expect emotional breakthroughs, important conversations, revelations in media or politics, and shifting narratives in the world. Economically, Gemini rules markets, trade, communication, stock market, industry. So headlines could move fast and volatility is possible. On a personal level, the full moon is a powerful moment to release old mental patterns, outdated beliefs, and emotional clutter. It's a great time to journal. I'm a believer in journaling. So speak from the heart. Have the conversation you've been putting off, and also step back from information overload. Gemini can scatter our energy if we don't stay grounded. Coming up on Tuesday, December 9th, we meet one of the week's more demanding aspects. We'll have Mars in Sagittarius squaring Saturn in Pisces. Mars wants movement, truth, and action. Saturn says, slow down. Have you really learned the lesson? That planet of karma. And this can feel like frustration, delay, or hitting a wall. On the world stage, this mirrors ideological clashes, regulatory battles, and tension around belief systems. Economically, it can bring restraint after speculation. So personally, it's a moment of spiritual maturity, choosing wisdom over impulse. So if you feel blocked this next week, don't fight the pause. It's just a pause. It's course correction, not punishment. the bigger picture for December is that we're going to see a grounding shift as the Sun, Mars, and later Venus move into the earthy sign of Capricorn. This is an energy of commitment, structure, responsibility, and long-term vision. And the cosmos keeps asking us, why am I really doing this? So many people have been asking me, like, what is going on planet Earth? Why are we here? And it's not from pressure, it's from purpose. This is a time when relationships can become more real, work can become more intentional, money can become more closely tied to values. And on the political and economic stage, Capricorn correlates with restructuring, leadership accountability, institutional review, and long-term planning. So December doesn't favor shortcuts, it favors solid foundations. My advice for this month is to soften the heart, breathe, return to your heart, and forgive where you can, release what's complete, listen beneath the noise, and always remember who you are. We're here to help each other through this time of great transition. I did mention 3i Atlas, and if you don't know what or who 3i Atlas is, you can listen to some of my previous shows or just check it out. You can Google it. It is a craft, I will say, a craft. It is an object that has entered our cosmic space from some other place, and it's very studied. It's supposed to be here in full force on December 19th. We'll talk more about that. You'll just have to tune into future shows. So on that, I'm going to bring in my beautiful guest today. Karen Kubicko is a past life regression expert, a psychic intuitive, a Reiki Master, a certified hypnotherapist and author, and a spiritual teacher whose life path was forever changed after a profound near-death experience, I think in 2001. She'll tell us about it. That awakening opened her intuitive gifts and ignited a lifelong devotion to help others heal through remembering their soul's journey across lifetimes. Trained by Dr. Brian Weiss and certified through the National Guild of Hypnotists, Karen has personally remembered nearly 200 of her own past lives and has guided hundreds of clients through deep emotional, physical, and energetic healing using past life regression and intuitive soul work. Karen is the author of Life is Just Another Class, One Soul's Journey Through Past Life Regression. Also, Making True Love, Healing Relationship Patterns Through Past Life Regression, and 10 Signs You've Lived a Past Life, the Inner Exploration Workbook. She also teaches a signature online course called Discovering Your Past Lives, Your Path to Inner Transformation. Karen, I am so excited to have you on the show today. Past life regression past lives is one of my favorite subjects of all.
And I'm excited to be here, Loretta.
Yeah. Were we in a past life together, Karen?
I actually just got a yes. So like, isn't that funny? I mean, I could probably tune into that if you want me to, but I mean, it's cool because so many people that come into our lives, we've had interaction with in other times and other places. And it's awesome.
How do we know? How do we recognize when we're coming across somebody that we had a past life with, or do we?
Oh, I think we do. Because like often if you are interacting with somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like we've known each other forever. And you might have only known them for 10 minutes. And there's that deep, instant connection. And it's pretty mutual, you know? And I feel like that's a clear sign that you have had some type of past life with them.
Yeah, I do too. You know, I was raised a certain way where we didn't really believe in reincarnation. I did, but you know, we weren't supposed to talk about that. Yeah. So for those listening, I hope that you'll listen with an open ear. I think more and more as time has gone by, we're more open to these ideas. And I think it's fascinating. I want to ask you, what is the importance, or why do we care about our past lives?
So it's really a matter, Loretta, of seeing ourselves as this immense spiritual being, and we have had multiple experiences. And so when you think of your life now, you've been through a lot of different stuff. But if you think of your lives through all of your past lives, that's what your sum total of your whole soul experience truly is. So if you have some innate talents, maybe in this lifetime you were very musically inclined or something like that, or artistic,
Mhm.
were you born with that? Or is that a memory from a past lifetime? There's lots of skills and things that you can bring through, and just knowings. There's so much, Loretta.
Well, and yeah, you tapped right into that. When I was born, and we'll not make the show all about me, but I can remember laying on the floor, looking at the piano, thinking I have to play that, right?
Wow.
That's mine. And learned to walk by crawling up the leg of a piano and falling and dinging my forehead on the
Oh
square piano
no.
bench, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Mhm.
why were you drawn to that? And every it's funny that you said that, because every example that I give is given to me. I mean, I'm always working with your spirit guides, my
Oh, yeah.
spirit guides. When I sit down and chat with somebody, I mean, they're the one inspiring me with that. So that makes complete sense that that was the example I was meant to give.
Yeah, absolutely. You're tapped
Mm.
in. I can feel it.
Yeah.
And yeah, your guides are talking to me anyway. I would like you to take us back into time. I want people to know you a little bit.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your story, and then tell us about I think it was your pivotal point, right, that really got you into what you're doing now with the past life.
So, probably not unlike you, I was raised pretty strict Catholic, and, you know, none of these topics were ever talked about, and communicating with the other side was not something that a regular person could do. It was really meant for priests and nuns, I believe. And so, when I was, in the midst of, I think you're talking about the near-death experience that I had, and I've had a couple. So, when I was working at trying to give birth to my second child, it didn't work out real easily, and we both almost died in that experience. So, I have clear memories of floating above the room, chatting with my guides, chatting with their guides, checking on everything, and, I kinda didn't realize that it happened, but then a few years later, I did recognize it, but I went to see a psychic because I started being more open. I saw my grandfather who
Mm.
had passed a couple years prior holding my infant child in my bedroom. And I'm like, I just laid her down and she wake up, no response, nothing. This beautiful, loving, like vision of someone standing there holding her so lovingly. And I looked away, looked back, and they were gone. I was like, oh my gosh, who was holding my baby? So I saw a psychic for the first time, and they're like, "You really need to help her understand her third eye." And I'm like, "I don't even know what that means." So that put me on
Wow.
the path of finding things, and I found a book called Children's Past Lives by Carol Bowman, and I couldn't put it down, but it inspired me to continue searching to do a lot of inner healing. And then I did training with Brian Weiss, who's written tons of books on past life regression. And here I haven't looked back. I love helping people do that deep soul searching and taking them into the light, Loretta, seeing the other side, meeting their own guides and angels. It's just profound.
And I can tell it's exciting. It's
Yeah, I
really
mean,
exciting.
for
I
sure.
I love your story. I gotta ask you, did you have any experience with, I don't know, clairvoyance or any of the, intuitive abilities before you had that near-death experience, or was that just really out of the blue, that out-of-body experience?
So I can't really pinpoint it, to be honest. I definitely
Okay.
had um some inner hearing of things out of the blue for no apparent reason. But it feels like right after that experience, I started to see a couple ghosts hanging out in my house. I saw my grandfather, which I didn't realize it was him for a couple
Oh,
years until I meditated and went back into the experience. But I started learning more about this because I didn't want my child to be, like, confused as to what the third eye and using their intuitive abilities on their own would be. So, I feel like as any mother would do, they would, try to help them. And so I studied and learned, went to classes and learned, practiced and learned. And then ironically, through past life regression, I started like really delving into learning about mine. And I was inspired to write my first book, Life is Just Another Class, because of it. And through meeting with my spirit guides, talking with angels, that to me is what flipped the switch more, because
Ah,
I trusted that I was seeing them. They started giving me knowledge. And one day, my spirit guide, she said to me, "You can ask us anything." And so my friend who was helping me at the time, remember this. I'm like, "What do you think she means? Anything? Anything? Like anything?" You know what I mean? And so we weren't
are you
sure.
sure? Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't sure what she meant. And so I asked a couple of online friends who were more awake at that time than me, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Let me ask some questions." I'm like, "Okay." And so I did, and I came back with the information. It was like my first reading in a sense. I went into a hypnotic state, talked to my spirit guide about it, got the information, went back to my friend, and she's crying, and I'm like, "Oh, I think I have something here. I don't know." And so that's how I used to get information. Now I can just sit here and receive it and see your spirit guides and angels collecting around as part of the experience. It's awesome.
It is awesome. That's fantastic. Now, you said that you had more than one near-death experience?
Yeah, like almost 10 years ago, I had a car wreck and I had gotten off my path, Loretta, I have to be honest,
Oh,
and
okay.
wasn't delving into all this stuff on a regular basis too much. And I had actually personally put that in my path if I would get off my path. And so it did. It got me right back on the path. I had such a vivid memory of speaking with Archangel Jophiel and going in the light. She was showing me some stuff. She had me choose, do you want to come back or not? I mean, it's our free will choice to have this experience, right? But after that experience, um, it's almost like I went up from kind of getting information on people and talking to their spirit guides to like up here. I really get a lot of information, and it's quite profound sometimes. I can delve into anywhere you want to go. It's wildly interesting. It's awesome. I guess I'm blessed in that way.
I think it's the best job in the world.
Yeah. I mean,
Honestly, yeah, it's
it's
fascinating to me.
it's
When
wonderful.
you began to explore your past lives, and like I said in the intro, the bio that I got says that you've seen at least 200 of your past
Right.
lives.
Yeah, I mean, just in doing this one book, there's
Mhm,
32.
mhm.
And so it's and that was I wrote that over 10 years ago. And so every time there's any kind of something that comes up in my life, I just go right into a past life memory, or I have someone help me do that. Um, and it's just it's beyond amazing. I haven't documented everything yet, but I've tried. But when I ask my guides how many I remember, they're like at least 200 or more, because I get snippets and some of them are pretty profound. I could write many more books about them, but I mean, it's kind of a lot. So,
Yeah, it is.
but
I think
it's helpful.
it's fascinating. Now you have an experience where I think you had a birthmark fade or something.
I
I would really
did.
like you to tell us that story.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I had
Mhm.
read some information about Ian Stevenson. If you don't know who he is, he's done research specifically on birthmarks and people reincarnating from a scientific perspective. And it's very boring to read, but it's but it's scientific. It's like this is
Sure,
the
sure,
scientific
sure.
method, and that's what we're going with. But he was doing it for a reason, right? Um, so I'm just merrily going along, remembering my past lifetime as Helen back in 1927. And for my entire life, I had a very dark birthmark right here. It kind of is the size of a pencil pencil point, or not a pencil point, but um, it looks like a bullet hole, honestly. And because it was very circular and round, it was just right here. And when I was in the midst of remembering my lifetime as Helen back in New York, I went to a speakeasy for the first time. And I am super excited about being there, all that kind of stuff. And I have I don't know how to explain it, Loretta, but I get some very clear visions, like I'm actually re-experiencing it and everything.
Sure.
When I'm remembering a past lifetime or when I'm helping somebody, either way. And very clairvoyant in other words. But it was like it was re-happening again. And I got shot by a mobster who was not happy that this speakeasy was there. I didn't know. I just had met somebody, my friend's cousin or something took me there. And I remembered that. And I was so angry because I felt like my life was cut short. I didn't even get the beverage at this speakeasy. And I had saved up a ton of money to just buy the cute outfit and all the stuff to prepare to go out to go dancing. And I woke up out of that session mad. And so I did a ton of personal forgiveness work, which you were talking about in the intro with the Antares Stargate portal. I was like, oh my gosh, what a great intro. But when you do forgiveness on a deep level, it's always healing. And it's not saying what someone did is okay. It's releasing it. And so over time, I learned that you have to forgive the person that shot you, the machine gun thing that hit you, the metal of the bullet, the people involved, myself, all the stuff surrounding the situation, not just the person who might have shot you. It was a stray bullet. It wasn't that person's direct intent. And, you know, when I did all that releasing, I definitely felt like it opened up my throat chakra, which was a point of remembering these past lives. And so afterwards, like a few months later or whatever, I'm sitting outside with my friend. I'm like, I think I need to get more sun, man. My birthmark, I'm 40 years old, Loretta. My birthmark's fading. I've had this my whole life, you know? And so it was weird. And now you can't even hardly see that it was even there. It's completely gone. And I had no idea why that happened. So I went back into another past life later, and I got to the point where I was speaking with the healing angels. So if our listeners don't know this, when you go into the light, you're going into the heaven space. You're going into the greeting room, meeting your angels and guides and everyone on the other side. And then there's another room. It's kind of like a room that you go into, and there are, I call them the healing ones. They're very tall, and they're angels. And I asked them, why did you leave that mark on me if I was meant to heal it right now? And they're like, oh, we just gave that to you, said something to talk about in this lifetime. I'm like, oh, okay. It was a kind of like a funny, oh, we left that there, said something to talk about in this lifetime. It was such a funny interaction, but it's gone now. And I mean, I have some awful photos from when I was in high school that show it pretty clearly. And now, you mean, it's just gone.
So a point of validation, right? Like we used to call it the witness, right? The point of validation, something that actually is verifiable, right, and can prove things that people are like, I don't think so, right?
Well, we're made of energy, right? And we do that energetic healing, whether we're doing the Reiki or we are doing forgiveness. We're literally releasing that stored anger and energy from that experience, and it's physically healing. Yeah.
So once we do that, once that's gone, once that energy is out of there, the body doesn't need that scar anymore.
Does not.
Or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I know you have some other things that have been healed. We're going to take a little station break. When we come back, I want you to tell us a little bit more about that or some of the other things, right?
Sure.
And we've got so much more to talk about. Anyway, I hope everybody's enjoying the show. I am. This is, of course, Loretta Brown. My guest today is Karen Kubicko. And you can just go to Amazon and just get her books right now during the break. You might as well just do it. And you can even check her out on her website while we're on break. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Cool. All clear, ladies.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Energy is powerful. It's all around us, mysterious, full of potential. Directing positive, healing energy to raise your vibrational rate through Reiki can change your life. Reiki Master Loretta Brown has relieved stress, sadness, anger, and even helped clients lose weight, stop smoking, and end sleep disorders. Worldwide, people have sought out Reiki Oasis. If you want help with your dis-ease, visit ReikiOasis.com. Harness life's energy. Visit ReikiOasis.com today.
Do you make a positive difference in the world? Do you have a talent, philosophy, base of knowledge, product or service that you know could help a lot of people if only you could reach them? Join Alternative Talk 1150's family of broadcasters and start walking down a fruitful path. As host of your very own program, dial 425-653-1150 and find out just how affordable it can be to have a show on 1150 AM. That's 425-653-1150. Alternative Talk, we have an opportunity waiting just for you.
Alternative Talk 1150.
Ready to come back? All right, stand by.
Ooh, perfect music. Benny, you do it every single time. Modal harp music.
Oh,
What could
thank
be
you.
better?
It was a heavy
right?
one this morning. I had to bring it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, that was great. That's perfect. Anyway, welcome back to the original Loretta Brown show. It's just, people are like, why are you the original? Because I am. That's how it is. Anyway, my wonderful guest today, Karen Kubicko, and a reminder that you can find these shows archived. You can download them for free at the KKNW 1150 AM archives for the original Loretta Brown show. And of course, we're on YouTube, iTunes, Podcast One, Spotify, X, Megaphone. We're all over the place. So please go and find shows. And also, Karen, what is your what's your website? Where can people find you?
Yeah, my website's KarenKubicko.com. And if you can spell Karen, that's pretty easy usually. But Kubicko is K-U-B as in boy, I-C-K-O. It's a little tougher, but KarenKubicko.com. I kind of made it easy. If you type in my name, you can find all my stuff.
So we're having the best conversation. Like I said, it's one of my favorite conversations is about past lives and the continuation of the soul, honestly, from lifetime to lifetime, which also always brings in questions of purpose and destiny and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
But during the break, Karen was saying maybe she could remember a lifetime with me, and I'm the curious girl. I'm like, wow, let's talk about it. So,
I mean, I can tune in and then and get the information. And like we were discussing, Loretta, straight away I saw you as a female wearing the white dress, which I have to mention. I mean, it's one of the past life memories that I've included in my book, Life is Just Another Class, because it was so profound for me to remember that. I went on and on for 30 minutes about that dress. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it in right now, this day terms, but the material they told me was made out of flowers, which linen is made out of flowers, but it was an iridescent, almost like an iridescent sheer kind of material, and it was see-through. And your body was being shown, and nobody was inhibited. It was very much you were spiritually, physically, everything naked to those around you. And it wasn't uncomfortable because you were 100% of the time authentically you. You're not hiding behind any kind of blocks or patterns, or if you were having a bad day, your friends immediately knew, and then they knew how to help you. I mean, you were in tune telepathically. I mean,
the level of consciousness, and you're talking Atlantis.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so when I was tuning in to see seeing the lifetime that we shared together, I mean, so many people have, when I've helped them remember a past life and they've gone into Atlantean times, and no different than you, immediately that white outfit or that white dress is something that is brought to their attention. And they're like, oh, it's so soft and it's so beautiful. And you feel so beautiful in it. So that was, I immediately saw you in that white dress. And they're showing me that you're holding an actual book in your hands and walking. So I don't know why they're showing me that specific moment. You're definitely outside walking. You're holding the book. It feels like you're in the main plaza of part of the Atlantean main city. There's many cities within Atlantis, which I know some people don't think of. They think of just the one, but I definitely feel like you're outside walking with this book. So, I mean, I can keep talking about it if you want me to, but I don't know how far deep you want me to go to delve in.
That's great. I curiously would love to know, but then we'll
For
make
sure.
the show about me. I
Oh, it's
want to
fun.
tell you that I'm very priestessy, and I do a
Oh.
lot of temple work with women and take people to Egypt. And so this is
That's
something
awesome.
that's woven into the fabric of myself, even as a little girl. I was always trying to, like build altars in the backyard or something that you're not supposed to do.
So you wonder where you get that. You wonder where you get that from. So
Right.
if you think of yourself as this whole soul, Loretta,
Yeah.
I mean, you're bringing forward no different than the musical talent of you, but you're bringing forward that skill and knowledge even from that Atlantean time, because clearly, I mean, it feels like we were friends in
Yes.
a colleague kind of way. I taught metaphysics. I taught people how to open their heart chakra, to connect in with the energy of crystals, all these kinds of things, deep meditation to bring the angelic realm into this earth experience. I mean, it was just an amazing time. And the more of us that reconnect with that knowledge and bring it forward into this current experience that we're in, the more vibrationally we can raise our entire earth experience right now in this time.
I was actually going to ask you that. I'll just kind of, because the conversation's flowing there. I am discovering that a lot of people are, I do past life regression work also.
Nice.
Everybody's got their own flavor. So,
Sure.
please go to Karen, everybody listening, right? Like I'm booked out forever.
Aw.
But when we're looking at these past lives, there's a genuine curiosity, but I find it very tied in with what I call the awakening of people right now, or what I was talking about in the
No.
opening of our hearts.
Yeah.
And we want to do something more heartfelt, more spirit aligned, more bring our gifts to the world, which is very Age of Aquarian, right? So talk a
100%.
little bit about how this past life work helps bring that forward, helps activate it. You're already talking about it, but I want to bring it out even deeper.
So, I mean, you can spontaneously just going through your daily life in this earth experience from the time you were little till now, bring forward talents and skills that you are remembering that you already knew. But when you go into a past life experience, because I even teach a class on this, Loretta, that I would suggest that you include at your space at Reiki Oasis, honestly, because it's so impactful for the folks that have come to me for this class, where I take them into a past lifetime, where if they want to open up their intuitive abilities, this is the purpose of it. And so first you go into a lifetime where you are clearing anything that might have caused a block. So let's say, for example, you got hung or burned at the stake or whatever the heck.
A few of those.
Right. And so clearing any of that block, usually it's the throat chakra, right? Or maybe sometimes the third eye or some other space where you feel inhibited to express anything that has to do with intuition. And so at that point, then they're doing the clearing work. Then we talk about it a little bit. And then I go back and have them remember another past lifetime where at this point, they're remembering when they were an amazing psychic, healer, oracle, whatever, herbologist, whatever the case may be, and with the intent to bring forward consciously into this current experience those talents and skills so that they can then share them with the world again in this current lifetime. It's profound.
Oh,
I've
I
had lots
love
of people
it.
wake up their entire everything because of
Wow.
that. How to heal, intuitive knowledge, because you're remembering it in such a deepened way that it's like that. And then you come through and it's there for you. No questions.
I love that. I really, really love that, because I think that is I'm going to call it a disconnect that needs to be reconnected.
Right.
I think it's tied in with that eternal question that we're always asked, which is, what is my purpose? What am I doing here? Which I kind of said in the opening part of the astrology, like, what am I doing?
It's a common question, honestly.
Yeah.
And and that's another thing that can be answered by past life regression. I don't know if you have your clients go into this space, but I strive to get people to that point where they're around the death scene. They don't have to re-experience that, but they get to the point where they're in the light, and then they can ask their spirit guide directly, what am I working on? Is it something that I'm still trying to overcome from other lifetimes? Sometimes it is, and they can directly tell you the answer. I mean, a lot of people that are coming into these lives right now are from Atlantean times, and it's really fun, actually, and great, because the main reason is because we're collectively trying to raise the vibration of this earth experience to a place of peace and joy and all that fun, high vibrational stuff that we are missing from those lives.
Yeah, exactly. And some people believe that we are facing some of the same challenge that the ancient Atlanteans were doing, a point of choice, right?
Correct. I mean, there's a lot to that. I mean, it's almost the way that my guides describe it to me, and they're telling me to talk about it, actually.
Yeah, they're I got
they're
it.
like right there, like, you should talk about this. It's like if we think about our experiences where we are able to stay in this higher vibration, we're going to be in this higher vibration experience where everything around us is peaceful and loving. If we get somehow dropped back down and reminded of I'm just going to throw it out there, garbage that's going on with some of the things in this world, then we are bringing our they're saying the word resonation, like we're resonating with that lower vibration again. And we have to remember, nope, let's come back up here to this higher vibration so that we're resonating with that experience and staying in that timeline, in a sense. Versus jumping back down. It's like as we move through the mood that we're in, whether we're in a depression state and we think the world's going to hell in a handbasket or whatever, or we stay up here and we're like, wait a minute, we're here to bring peace and love and joy to all around us, plants, animals, and humans alike. And we stay in this vibration and this realm up here, all this stuff kind of goes away.
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
It's choices. Again, back to our free will choice, right?
Yeah, and I actually was going to ask about that. Like, so in between lives, because what I'm thinking is, so our soul has a continuity of sorts. So we live a life, and like you said, another class, right?
Yeah, it's like a class. 100%.
Oh, great. Here we are. Go ahead. Can I skip this class?
I know. Right? Can't be like study hall.
Yeah, totally. Remedial reading or something.
Right.
Anyway, so our soul goes through a lifetime. Then you say, okay, then we're at that point of death. What are we doing? What are we doing? And then people bring things from one lifetime into another lifetime that is not resolved.
True.
Okay. And so then now we're lifetimes coming up into current now situation where we really are going through something on planet Earth that is big.
It's big. It is big.
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming back around in the scheme of where our universe is flying through the rest of the universe, or I guess our solar system is flying through the universe to a point in time where the same experiences that happened in the Atlantean times had occurred. And so it's a reawakening, and we're part of that, Loretta.
And I think that people are feeling that. I feel if people are listening, they're feeling a tug or they're kind of resonating.
Right.
I almost feel like it's a call to people to come back to themselves in some fashion. And we need everyone's gifts
We
right now.
do. So
We
many
really do.
people are waking
Mhm.
up. It's so many people. I've had
Yeah.
numerous people come to me as clients this year who are like, I don't know why I'm seeing ghosts. I don't know why I'm getting intuition. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't understand. It's like they are confused and are looking for some kind of guidance. And so people like you and myself who have been woken up previously in some sense or stayed awake, it feels like in your case, I mean, are trying to help people feel comfortable with that experience and that
Yeah.
it's safe to do that, because it's your innate spiritual gifts to have these intuition and to have these skills come through.
Yeah, I have a brain scientist friend, and he says we're hardwired for it. Our brains are hardwired for it. It's actually there, right? The
Yeah.
circuitry. And then we're overcoming whatever it is, or awakening to it, or it's really okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. What advice do you give people that might be listening that are going, I'm kind of having some of those experiences, and what do I do?
Well, to trust that they're not going nuts, and because I have had people say that they think they're going crazy because they're getting intuition, they're hearing inner dialogue that they know is inspiration, or they're walking past people and picking up consciously, not subconsciously, but consciously what's going on with them, even like maybe what you're thinking, and I get that information straight away, like we're telepathically reawakening that ability to connect in that deep way. So first of all, if you have any questions whatsoever, I mean, Loretta is here to help people on the West Coast. I'm here on the East Coast of the United States. I know I've worked with people all over the world. It's so much fun and such a joy to interact. But like, I know on my YouTube channel, I have a ton of information on basics and basics about past life regression, what it means, YouTube videos to watch, to listen to have a meditation, to have an experience, to meet one of your spirit guides, to ask what your life purpose is. We have council member spirit guides that help us with that. There's lots of tools and things at your fingertips on the internet to help you understand what you're going through. You're not alone. You start seeing that 1111, that's a sign. There's so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that is
We
for
could talk all
sure.
day.
Like I said, one of my favorite subjects that's tied to all kinds of other subjects, because to me, it's
Sure.
the reality of our existence, what's really happening.
Yeah.
We're so much more than our 3D
Oh my
reality.
gosh.
So much more.
So much more. I
Yeah.
mean, it's beyond comprehension for us as a human. It's we're this immense, beautiful spiritual being, and this is just one small aspect of us here in this earth experience. And to in touch with and connect to through the dimensional aspects of your own self consciously, you're just more awakened easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I don't actually know how you go through life without all this connection, especially with the guides and angels and the divine. It's just a woven part of my life, my
And
existence.
yeah, I mean, when you start trusting in your intuition, Loretta, I mean, it's life changes. Things get
Yeah.
easier,
Yeah.
and I actually, when I started trusting my intuition, I was like, shut up. Why doesn't everybody do this? Because it just got easier. Life just
Yeah.
got easier, like you were cheating, like you got the cheat code in a video game or whatever. It just was a funny, weird knowing, and I'm happy that it happened. But I mean, even though it happened the hard way in a sense.
I'm sorry, I'm only giggling because I'm telling on myself. So back when I was in school, especially high school, I had the best father in the world, right? And he would make me read all this stuff from Edgar Casey and all
Oh
this
gosh,
stuff. And
how
he'd say,
lucky are
and
you?
he'd be like, "Don't tell your mother," right? Because
Oh no.
she's a good Christian woman. And I remember that before I had a test, I used to go to bed at night and I would just say, "What does the teacher need me to learn for the
Wow.
test?" And then I'd go take the test and I'd get A pluses. And people are like, "How are you doing that?" And I'm thinking, I think I'm cheating.
But I
Right?
mean, I taught this one child. He was not, well, he was, I think it was like 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
His mother brought him over for a class on trusting your intuition. And he's like, I'm really worried about this math test. I'm like, it's okay. You have all these guides. Let them help you. You just have to ask. Your guides and angels can't interfere unless you ask because of this free will experience. And his mom texted me 2 days later. He took the test. He doesn't know how he got all the information. He had all the work and the right answer. He was freaked out about it and overjoyed at the same time, because you have this entire team on the other side helping you through this experience, and they're here to help you in any kind of way. And if it's remembering a past life or just knowing that you have a team to help you, it makes life so much better.
Yeah, it certainly does. I wanted to ask you, because you had brought up the book about children, and
Okay.
so many people are sharing with me that their children are actually, I don't know, this generation being born to me is really tuned in, and
Yeah.
they're remembering past lives, or they're saying things. So what advice can you give to parents who are having, their children say these things, like,
Well,
where are the servants or something?
well, so it's so funny that you brought that up. And I know that is a message for me, Loretta, from you, because my next book that I'm nearly finished with is about keeping babies awake and how to see the signs, how to prepare as parents before you even have that child, to help eliminate any patterns and things that you're genetically, ancestrally passing along, and to be awake and aware enough intuitively. So whenever you know that your kid's staring at the wall and giggling, that they're talking to someone on the other side, or when they have a mention of my other mother and these other times, you know how to comfortably and consciously be like, oh, they're just remembering a past life. It's no disrespect to me. They've still chosen me as a parent now, and I can trust in myself and know enough in myself that is okay and safe for them to discuss that with me, to keep them connected and awoke.
Oh, I just like cheer you on with that book.
Yeah.
We live in times of change, but it's still not completely accepted to have psychic abilities, intuitive abilities, or to talk to your dearly departed grandma, right?
Yeah.
And
Which is a shame.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the spirit guide that came through and spoke to me, kind of like messages from the masters, when I was regressing somebody one time, he also said that eventually we'll evolve so that we can have breakfast with our past ever loved ones and spirit guides. They just won't eat the toast. That was his literal example. And so I'm like, it feels like it'll happen in our lifetime, because we're evolving so quickly and so many people are opening up to all of this stuff.
Yeah, they are.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they are. And I think you said it, but the biggest thing is not to be afraid.
Right.
And don't be afraid, and you're not going
Fear.
crazy, and
No,
get with people who really know what they're doing,
there's so
and
many.
get guided correctly.
Yeah.
Right? Get
Just
guided correctly.
If you are listening and this is your first experience with anything metaphysical, all you have to do is ask your spirit guides, can you put the right people on my path that'll help me feel safe and comfortable, and expanding my knowledge and understanding of my intuitive skills and guidance.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
for me also, it becomes practical to weave it into our everyday life, so that we realize that we don't have just our five senses. We have all of this ability and all this assistance. And my joke is always, I could use all the help I could get. I'm glad to receive it, right? Bring it. Right.
And it doesn't have to be for big, profound things in your life. You can be at the grocery store and be like, darn, I forgot the list. Do I need eggs? And you're like, nope. Do I need milk? Yes. And then you just carry on your day because you've gotten some inner guidance of just simple things like that.
Yeah. It's magical.
What
We have we're at the end,
I know.
What is the biggest message you would like to give to everybody in the next 30 seconds?
Oh gosh, trust in yourself, and that you are way more than this human experience, and that sometimes the hard things you go through are to help you overcome things. and to learn and grow on some deep spiritual level. And lots of
Yeah.
love and light.
Karen Kubicko, it has been such a delight and honor, my soul
The
sister.
feeling's
Thank you,
mutual.
my
It's
ancient
mutual
friend.
about it.
Nice to see you again. You look great. And we got to
You
find
too.
those white dresses. Just
I
gotta happen.
know.
Gotta
Oh my
happen.
gosh. I have
Yeah.
looked in the stores too. They're going to appear.
Yeah, they are. They're coming back.
Someone
We're
will
all,
make them.
wearing them. But anyway, everybody out there, thank you so much for tuning into the show. Enjoy the great big huge full moon and open your hearts. Be gentle and loving with each other. Benny Mathers, you are absolutely the best. Love you forever. Thank you so much. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you next time.